Alright guys, we're going to do the second VOD now from the scrims last night. Let's make sure it loads fine. One thing for sure that I did not talk about this game that we have um, in comparison to the other game is our single target damage this game is incredibly um, potent, like as a burst. So with Kaisa last game, or not Kaisa, Kalissa last game, she has to build enough spears before she can do her burst. But Kaisa has a lot more of just like an immediate burst whenever she gets her evolved Q, which Paradine talked about. Um, and then Rek'Sai's single target damage is insane. Dawn's single target damage is really strong. Kled does a decent amount of single target damage. Um, so I didn't talk about that. But that's something that you guys will start to see. So then it's easier, even if we don't have as much crowd control like we did last game with the Thresh. Like I know Nami can do it, but it's a lot less reliable crowd control. You guys will start noticing that. So you basically you'll talk to each other about bursting. Um, so either you force someone out or you kill them like all at once, basically. I'm not sure why you're in this part of the pit there, but this is what I was talking to you about, Alex. You literally just absolutely shit on her. And by the way, neither one of you ward after this. You guys need to always ward. Um, so you'll see what I'm talking about once we get up to the lane. You already have such a huge advantage in the lane. Like this, you should just stop right there. As soon as you blow a flash, you lose this because there's no way you're gonna flash kill it right here. You win the lane in the sense what I was talking. This is what I was trying to talk about. Is you win the lane by you're gonna now be able to keep up in levels with her and a lot better, a lot easier time with your farm um, because of this level one trade. Because of how it went before, and then basically, here I'll tell you exactly when you should stop. Like right there when she dashes and gains health, you should just be backing up and giving up on this because you have such an advantage. Like you're already drinking your potion too, so she hasn't even drank her pot yet. So this flash play is asking for a very easy early gank from the jungler who's very aggressive early. So just take that in consideration when you're in bad matchups. You got countered here. If you get some kind of advantage, just hold on to it. Don't have to try to force and get something. Especially since neither one of you warded, so we have no idea that Jarvan's here. So you're gonna get butt fucked right now. Well, soon, because he's gonna go take our blue. Like this is why one of you two has to ward up there, so we know where he's at. Because now Central has no idea where um, Jarvan is at this point in the game. Get a good gank off. We get our flash already. This is perfect. Exactly what we talked about. Getting this guy's fucking out of his mind too. You have red buff. Good snipe. So you're in a really bad spot too. I don't know that matchup at all, so I'd be curious if you've ever played this specific matchup where you start with shield instead of blade, just so when you are out of combat you're regenerating a lot faster because you are at a disadvantage. See, this is bad news for you too. The wave shoving really hard on his side. This is where you die. And you're trying to fight because you have that minion wave. But yeah, it's just bad news for you. This is why I tell you guys about, and this is really good by them, just immediately resetting, because they're forcing. He should not be doing that though. That was really dumb. He should TP'd back here. Um, about immediately resetting and stuff like that too, but also, oh, this is where you ignite, I think. Yeah, this is the part I was telling you about. I was really confused. So basically, shoving the wave bottom, um, but the only thing we have to worry about that whole lane is dodging Morgana Q. So we basically start to fall behind a little bit there, but the nice thing about the lane, this is why I said Kai'Sa or Xayah is your first back. As soon as you buy BF, you're immediately back in the advantage because he buys tier. And Kai'Sa scales incredibly well into the mid and the late game. Especially like her 2-3 item spike, she's fucking insane. And she's really good versus a Fiora Jarvan because you can ult basically away from their crowd control, or if you hit your W on someone deeper, you can ult forward with the team. So really good job on that return gank before her flash was up. Her flash was up in like 15 seconds and you guys got that off. It was really good. Good job, Mystic, getting a ward deep when we had a wave pushing into him there. I know this is the shit I was talking about. This is the kind of stuff when we have the tempo that we need to be doing all the time. Central knows he can just basically just destroy this Jarvan. So he's invading, he's calling for your guys' backup, and this is a great time to get Alex to come there because Alex is his matchup is not easy for him at all. That flash was weird though. It looked like you just flashed in place. I wonder if you just accidentally fat fingered that. So immediately we see that his red buff is coming up now too. So this is what our next play should be, is taking that red buff. And Central's going there. It's good. So anytime that we're invading like this, like Central is, we should be doing our best in those solo lanes. If he's doing invading topside, both solo lanes should do their best to basically shove to turret. And since I was just about to say, especially when we have good paired crowd control from mid lane, Rek'Sai has such good unique pathing that we can do shit like that, where we can dive Orianna under her turret, because if Rek'Sai starts, he can ult to get out of the aggro. Lissandra can ult or E out of the aggro basically from the turret. So that was a really good dive by you guys, and good invade by Central. Anytime you have an advantage like this Central, or you have all the tempo in the world, you should literally be living in that guy's jungle and just communicating to the bot lane that you're gonna, or just communicating to whatever part of the lane. This is unnecessary. This flash should never happen here. I understand that he's really low, but this is what I talked to you about. You can win by experience and gold too. You already just got a kill. You have this giant wave here that's a cannon minion wave too, and he can't stay in the lane no matter what. He has to go back, and you're using your flash. This is, I know you get a double kill, but this is, you should not be doing this. You should just be taking the advantage that you got and denying him this. So instead um, he got a 300 gold kill on you, and you miss out on all this shit. That's why I tell you guys to slow down kind of shit. Because like you guys just did great in the 2 versus 2 there, and you should have just basically tied him in farm now, but be up 2 kills to his 0. He's got to be a little less aggressive, but like your 2 versus 2 there was great. That's what I was telling you guys. Nami like really shits on Morg as long as you dodge the whatchamacallit. So this is good. Central, we just talked about it in the last game. We just saw where he was. He went back, so you're immediately going to take this dragon. Win with information. This is really, really, really good. And Don, you did a good job communicating. He was backing on that ward because you barely saw him too. So, it's a good job. So at this point in the game, you guys should already know that Fiora is really giving Alex hell. So, I wanted us to really focus on mid and top this game. Because bottom 2 versus 2 you guys should be perfectly fine as long as we give you vision of the Jarvan. So this is where we just need to communicate, and I believe we did. Alex, we're far enough ahead right now. All we need you to do is basically go as even as possible, so then we can do stuff like this. Again, we talk about the buff times, and look, we got a two level advantage on him. Bottom lane has priority. This is really fucking good. This is what your guys' communication about doing this stuff this game was really, really good. But I believe this is where it turns into us overstaying. I believe. We should just get this buff and then get out. Because we don't have anything else to deny from him. So we should just get out. Yeah, 100% that you guys should be leaving already. Yep. Remember, you guys got a kill on Jarvan and you denied him a buff. You got the buff on our mid laner, and now you can get all the vision control back. Look at our vision controller. This is insane. Like, just take that win and then go back. Scuttle crabs up, red buffs up. Like, you guys did a really good job, but you get too excited. This is what I'm referring to of getting too excited. You got to turn the solo queue part out of your brain off when we're playing, because you guys do a lot of good things. But look, now they're getting shutdowns I think the shutdown already happened. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff. Look at that vision control you guys have, and you killed Jarvan. You got the buff, everything. But we just gave them a fuck ton of gold back though. So just take your steps in the right direction, but don't fucking overstep kind of shit. And again, you got to ask about TP, because Fiora TP down there too. And luckily, since we do have an AD top, Kled gets, Alex almost gets this whole turret, which is great to help him at least sustain in the matchup, because he's even in farm now. But he just got 4 plates basically. Good job again, you two, just punishing this chick. Cause look at our vision compared to them. Like, you guys have every part of the mid part of the map in our favor for mid, and this bitch doesn't have anything down. This is really good shit. And then we go right back into invading the Jarvan. Is this the play? No. There's a play sometime in this game. I hope I didn't miss it already. I think it was actually earlier in the game. I'll have to go back. This is really crazy too. I think you end up getting it and getting out. This is where you sniped a W. I want to go back and watch both parts of this. So we're gonna actually watch this part first, and then we'll go bottom and watch that fight too. Actually, let me get rid of this stupid fucking chat. Sorry. So it's really good. And then your immediate thought is to go invade, which is perfect. You also could have went top here if you wanted, just because of the positioning of everything. Because look, Fior's like up that ass. Okay, so this is how it started. He has no mana either. Okay. You guys could have immediately after that though, like one of you could have went top. Because Fior's sitting at that turret the whole time. I know we didn't have ults or anything, but we could have really gave him some help there. Getting the kill on Jarvan's perfectly fine, but like immediately afterwards, one of you shoves the wave and then resets. The other one just is already going top to help Alex out. Oh, let's go back and watch the bottom lane 2 versus 2 now. Okay. So let's see how this transpires, because you guys get double kill here. Because A, they should not be fighting you. Or just the amount of damage we do in comparison to them is crazy strong. Good job. I think you could have saved your heal there, honestly, Peridian, and just focused with Mystic on the Morgana. After Ezreal got to that point, you end up getting the snipe kill anyway, but I just think you could have literally switched targets a lot sooner and saved your summoner. So no, dragons coming up. We're denying them in the... We just did Gromp. Central deny Gromp. You guys are resetting because dragons. Really good. They have a pink ward on our blue buff for a while. But look at the pressure we have right now. Like this is what I was talking about. Like when we get control of mid, it's so much easier for us to gain vision. Like we just had a pink on 2 sides of their map basically. They just cleared one of them. But it just helped us literally track Jarvan the entire fucking game basically. And here we go again, getting a fucking dragon for free because they have no way of contesting us. The only person on their team that's strong at all right now is fucking Fiora. This is the one person we didn't really want to get fed because they could just, if we didn't have this much of an advantage, like here's the turret I was telling you guys. Has fucking 188 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We took 6 turret shots. We took 6 turret shots. This thing started at 188. It's at 161. This is like just something simple. You like all of you could have noticed. I think Mystic's the only one I saw hit it, and that's why it went down just barely any. So let's watch it again. I'm perfectly okay with this dive right now because you know Orianna just went back basically, or you guys just saw her on that side, so you guys have the clear numbers advantage here. But this is literally 1 auto attack from fucking maybe 2 auto attacks from Peridian. Dead. Literally, Central could kill it right now too. Like you immediately should just say, okay, I'm gonna auto this. You take 3 or 4 turret shots. Peridian comes in here. He takes 2 and flashes away. Like, what the fuck? Look, see? That was the only auto, was the one right there from Mystic. That's this is what I talk about being clean or cleaning up like our mistakes. Like the minions killed it because you guys didn't. I like the aggression there because you knew you had all the information. You knew where Oriana was. You knew where the other three of them were. That's just an easy die for you guys. But you can immediately get that turret, so then you don't lose anything there. This is good. This is when. Oh yeah, that was a weird ult. But I think you were trying to find her, yeah, earlier. This is good. You guys are rotating to this side now because you guys are more than strong enough to fight her. Paradine and Mystic together, and then we can get resources for um, Alex in a different part of the map. We get 2 picks because we rotate better than they did. We get Shelly. I believe we get this turret up top easy without even needing Shelly, right? Yep. Good job fucking using your tremor sense there. Like we get a lot out of that. This is why like you guys have bottom wave prep too. It's pushing on them. Yep, they have to respond to it. So now they have to come mid or lose that wave bottom basically, which is great. I think at this point though, um, you should don't. I was gonna say you should be positioning this side at least because you guys can just rotate literally straight to Alex. But does a really good job here as well. But now we get complete control of their jungle. This is why getting that the mid turrets is the most important. But this is an immediate reset after this. You guys should know we need to reset. So we're using cooldowns for no reason. We get deny the jungle and then reset because now we can force Baron because we can set up around Baron, and this would relieve Alex of so much pressure if we just got Baron minions for him. He wouldn't have to worry about trying to fight this bitch. Yep, wave management. Dragon's coming up in 50 seconds. Getting control around Baron. We don't like this is what I was talking about. They have no idea you guys are doing the Baron. This is such a good call by you guys. I'm still really curious why you didn't use this plant, buddy. Because I'm pretty sure you take a step back towards it right there at the end. Yeah. But this was so clean what you guys did. Like they literally have no fucking clue. Because what they're thinking, because um, they're just not very experienced of playing behind. You can tell that they're just immediately seeing this dragon and they're talking about that dragon basically setting up because it's only 21 minutes into the game. Paradine dropping a pink ward. Beautiful. I'm giving the big OK sign right now. And we already talked about it in the game too. He's at a big power spike right here. Watch how fast we fucking do this shit. Boom. Literally, look at this. Blue question mark on the map. Because they have no fucking clue. It was such a good play by you guys. That was the scary going. This is what I'm talking about. Being unbalanced though. Alex is dead. You guys should not be here. You should be at least going to get vision control back around Dragon because we're 4 versus 5 right now. I know we're way stronger than them overall, but this is the opportunity that they need basically to get back in the game if you guys overextend here, and you have to realize Alex is dead. Like, so it's just timing. Just think of every game if you cut off like a minute's worth of mistakes in time, it adds up, man. Like, this is good. So now you guys are doing the correct thing now, but we were staying in the lane too long, basically. And when you're, you know that they're not coming here, one of you could have went and did the wave management here. But we're owning this jungle again. This is really good. So we don't really have anything to buy right now except for probably pink wards. So it's fine if we're still on the map, but remember, we have to stay balanced. Alex still isn't with us. And their wave clear this game is really poor compared to last game because Sivir is so much stronger at wave clear. Like Oriana's wave clear is pretty good, but she's very weak still. She only has fucking the Archangel staff or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. And this is perfectly fine. I talked about the last game too, the 3-2. Um, but you guys can also do shit, especially since they both have TP. You guys can shove mid and then rotate the bottom too, because the further you split Fiora away from like um, the other two guys, the better. Like you guys should not be pursuing a kill here. You don't know really their whole team. Look at what our team is. This is what I'm talking about being balanced again. Same thing. Just gonna keep saying it over and over again to you guys. You guys should not be pursuing and overextending here. You should just be shoving the wave and then backing up and rotating, because this is what you guys want to do right now when you're doing something like a 3-2. Because now this is where we were joking around with Alex about, he said I'm worth less than the turret we're getting, but now we're fucking up our Baron again though. Like we're literally fucking our Baron up again. The time that we get our Baron buff. Or we have our Baron buff. Now we're 4 versus 5 again. And there's no neutral objectives on the map right now either. So this is just us literally again, I just talked about it twice in the last like 2 minutes, being balanced. We're down a guy again. And we see Fiora up there with Dawn. So we have to know the other 4 are coming this side. So we should not be risking anything here. Just got to be balanced. You guys can literally just go and try to, once one thing happens, just go deny and then reset. We have both our buffs up too. Like there's no reason for us to be overextending like that. Remember, I'm going to talk about it all the time. If something bad happens, you guys with the information you have, especially when you're in the lead like this, you can still make positive out of it. You deny their whole fucking jungle, and then you guys just reset, and we still have Baron on a couple of our members for not a lot of time, but we just gotta make smarter decisions overall. But you guys do a really good job with the vision when you guys are invading an area, but we gotta keep making sure that we're keeping up with it. And you need to stop spending so much money on the potions, man. This is 200 gold just chilling. And I heard you guys say it during the game too. Don't ever walk this way either, buddy. Like this is the same thing about being balanced. Why are you here? There we go. Literally, like as soon as you guys get them into the open area, you guys just destroy them with how strong everyone is. And look, wave management again. Fucking boom. We get two inhibitors because you guys have really good wave management. We end up finishing, which is great. But just the fact you guys had the wave management set up is just perfect. So Again, you guys did a really good job. There's a few things here we could have done differently, especially like your early part, Alex, when you had a little advantage. You don't have to go gung ho because we know you're in a matchup that you're basically not going to win. We just want to do as much as we can just to make sure you can stay even. Because if you go even in this matchup, then we should win the other roles, which we dominated this game. Because again, a really bad habit from this team is they're picking late game stuff. Like it takes them a while to get online, basically. So we just gotta um, stop getting too excited when we're ahead like this because we did give them a lot of gold for free when there was no reason for us um, to basically some of those dives were fine, but then we didn't hit the turret on that one, or we immediately stay too long and we don't just take the small win where we killed Jarvan on that first one, where we killed Jarvan up here, then we should immediately deny where we got the blue buff, and then Scuttle was coming up. We could have just left right then. Instead, we turned into this big clusterfuck and gave them a lot of gold back because three of us died. Um, you guys gotta keep asking ahead of time when you're setting up making a play. You gotta talk to Alex and be like, "Do you have TP? And does the enemy top laner have TP?" Because that that one I'm talking about, Fior TP'd bottom. Um, and I'm positive that I think I'm remembering right. Alex said I can't TP and follow because I'll just die basically because of how it transpired too. Because you guys are really scattered in how we died this way. So, and she TP'd after two of you were dead behind Central. You have your sweeper here this time. It's really good because we can literally just control this whole area and how strong we are. Same thing with the first game. They have no way of getting in there. They literally have to turn their trinkets into two blues because they can't get anywhere near you guys. They have to track where you guys are at. So it's a really good job, guys. Um, yeah, we're gonna keep um, working on our drafts. I still think I missed um, a pick, and I should have went with Vladimir. This is where our strength is in drafting. So we're just talking about how these guys fuck up, and literally the two games they took five late game scaling champions, like incredibly late game. I think Fior's more of a mid game, like two item spike. So she's a mid game. So we have mid game, early game for this comp. If we would have took Vladimir for late game comp, it would have gave us more flexibility if the game did go a little longer to basically um, be able to combat their really late game focused team composition. And another thing, like this is a big mistake by him too. When he gets really far behind, he should not be going warrior. He should just go Cinderhulk, period. Because he's just going to die in 2 seconds to the Rek'Sai. So I think this was a mistake on my part, Alex. I should have put you on Vladimir. It would have gave us really good mix damage with two APs and the two ADs. I know she does some AP damage, but it would have been a better pick as well because you can just sustain in lane a lot better on Vladimir versus anybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Your first couple levels are rough, but it just would have been a better pick overall. So I think I dropped the ball on that pick there, but I gave you the option on it too. But I think I should have just told you Vladimir would have been a better pick, especially since we had such good early and mid game spiking team already. The late game addition to our team composition would have been really good because our team fight with Vlad would have been really gross too. But good job on this game again, guys. We'll talk about these VODs again very shortly. So let me know if you have any questions or if you guys have any talking points too.